iostudy.net.
Hello everyone, this is Danielle, and in this video we're going to learn about the English grammar rules for auxiliary verbs. So as you can see in our mind map, we have three different things to talk about. First we have the auxiliary be, modal verbs, and have equals has or had. So first we'll start with the auxiliary word be. So we use the verb be in two instances. We use in the continuous tenses, and we use be in the passive verb forms. So let's look at using be in the continuous tenses. For example, I am listening to music, and my mother is cooking in the kitchen. So as you can see here, we're using the auxiliary of be in the continuous tenses. So we can also use be in the passive forms, passive verb forms. For example, the car was repaired. So was is be in the past. Okay, so that's the information for auxiliary be. Let's go on to looking at modal verbs. So modal verbs are can, could, may, might, must, ought, should, and would. So, for example, using the modal verbs, the boy can swim, and you should go to see the doctor. Finally, can you play golf? No, I can't. So all of these are using modal verbs. So now let's go over to the other side, talking about have equals has and had. So have or has is used in the present perfect tense, and had is used for past tenses, especially the past perfect tense. So let's first talk about have or has being used in the present perfect tense. Here we have two examples. He has learned English for 5 years. And I have gone to Ho Chi Minh City. So as you can see in these sentences, we're using have and has to talk about the present perfect tense. Next, we have had, which is used in past tenses, especially the past perfect tense. For example, I had read this book before he came. And had you learned English before May? Yes, I had. So remember that had is used for past tenses, especially in the past perfect tense. Okay, so here we have the completed mind map for the auxiliary verbs. If you want, you can always go back to this mind map for your reference. Next, we'll click here to find the outline for auxiliary verbs. So here you have your outline for auxiliary verbs. You can scroll through this outline to see more examples and further explanations on how to use auxiliary verbs. So once you're finished reading through the outline, you can click here to take the test so that you can practice using auxiliary verbs. And in the next video, we're going to take the test together. So thanks for joining me in this video where we learned about the English grammar rules for auxiliary verbs, looking at the mind map and the outline. I'll see you again in our next video. Goodbye!